On the tenant side. On the tenant
On the
side.
tenant
Slick talking tenants. I'm sure you've seen your fair share, if you
side.
will.
Oh yeah.
Tell me the most strangest story you've heard in the last 3 months. No, you 1 year. I give you a year. Tenant story.
I don't know about the strangest story, but the person that was behind several months and they were excited because they got a new job. Um, and then next thing you know, they were like, well, I can't pay my rent. And I'm like, well, pay something. And now I don't have anything. But then they gave a birthday party for their 2-year-old. Oh, no,
You
and
know,
it wasn't just a birthday party. This was a birthday bash. They rented a community center. They had little, they gave away fish. They had the baby's face on little bags and little giveaways.
they did it
I mean,
big.
this was a party.
I have learned I want to do a reality show, Birthday Party Moms.
But they could not pay their rent.
These mamas will get those birthday parties, won't they?
You
Do
know, if
you
it
hear
was,
this fool? Go ahead.
I'm a softie, so maybe if it had been a teenager, I would have been like, oh, I can understand with everything going on in the world.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
probably would
yeah.
have worked with her a little bit more. But two, I'm like, kid don't even know their name yet. Like, do that? Like, come on.
Get off him! Give me that cake!
Let her know fish in a bowl. I'm
Fish
like, well,
in a
those fish
damn.
got homes,
That's really crazy.
you know.
Round up, come on in this evening. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
It's 30 some degrees here, Steph. How is it down there in North Carolina?
It was 42, 42 degrees, but it was in the 30s this morning. It's cold. It's
Yeah, it
bitter
got
cold.
cold. It got real cold, did
We
it?
went from 70 degrees to like 40.
Yeah, it was crazy last week.
Yeah, Brianna.
Oh man. So they got the rent money. Don't got that rent. Did you know some people don't know the rent's due every month?
Uh, you know, I know. It's interesting. And then not only do they not know it's due every month
It's due on the first. What day?
on the
What day
first,
is it?
yeah, and
Day,
late by the Fed. But what's
day was that rent due?
really, really interesting to me is that they believe that their kids or somehow your kids. I
What you
love the
mean?
kids. I
What
love the
you
kids.
mean?
I love the children. Little children, I love the little children. But they're your kids.
Wow, what do you mean?
Because Chris, you never heard that. You can't put me out. I got kids.
Oh,
Yeah, I got kids. You know?
do they? No, I love that. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do with these kids? I'm like, you
see,
asking me?
see,
You,
see.
you
Somehow,
asking?
somehow, they think their kids is your kids. I just,
What I'm gonna do with these kids?
I understand.
I never forget. I have my refrigerator went out. Round up. We're gonna get to this. I love talking. Refrigerator went out. I'm like, okay, I get you a new refrigerator. How am I gonna feed these? What about tonight? How am I gonna feed these kids tonight? I'm like, I know you did this. I
Uh-huh.
know you did this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I got kids. Refrigerator. I mean, the
Oh,
fridge just went out. The food should be good for at least 2, 3 days. You know.
I think
Anyway.
my weirdest, saddest story was the grandma with the people that didn't pay their rent for like 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
We were trying to work with them, and then the eviction, they got everything and got all the paperwork, and
Uh-huh.
basically it was the day of the eviction, and it was snowing. I felt bad, but they knew in
They knew
advance,
it's
and we
coming.
get there, and they're like, my mother is laying on the couch and she's 90 years old. And I said, well, you got to get her up. I said, you know what? I said, my car is warm.
She could sit my
I
car.
left it running. We can put grandma in there until you guys can figure it out. And even the sheriff said, he said, you knew we were coming. And he says, and you did it on purpose. You did it
You
on
know,
purpose. And I felt bad for, I felt bad for grandma, but me and her talked and she says, I'm actually paying the rent. I actually give them the money for the rent.
they ain't even pay it. Yeah, that's
Yeah. But I made sure she was settled. I got her with other family members and stuff like that. But yeah.
you know, I think people look at you and I, Steph. I used to look at people like you and I'm like, y'all money hungry. You
Yeah.
can't let people just live there. You got all that money. Why can't you
Yeah.
just let them live there?
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Ah,
made that mistake when I first got into mobile homes. I made that
me too.
mistake,
Me
doing
too.
so what my mentor would tell me, Stephanie, don't do social work in your business.
We won't do charity. And that part,
Don't
we
do
do charity,
social
but
work
not
in
on
your
that one.
business. Yeah.
I love it. People look at you,
So,
they like, Chris, you could just let them. Man, you do that one slide, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next thing you know, everybody's living. It happened to my mentor. He was carrying everybody.
yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. My first one, she got me. We did a payment plan, a budget. Let me see your pay stubs. And
You did all that mess.
I did all, girl, man, Chris, ooh, I was so proud of myself. And I told my mentor, I said, see? And then he said, okay. And then we had to end up putting her out. She left the place in the wreck. There was cat litter. It looked like a volcano. It literally was like this high. Cat litter. I've never seen it. It was, yeah. Needless to say, she got me.
Sandrika said there's 70 degrees too. Wow. Weather's bipolar. That's true. I never thought about it like that. What up,
Yeah,
y'all?
70
Good
degrees.
evening.
That's what it was here too in North
Yeah, me
Carolina.
too. Rent money. Look at all these. I love to see my ladies, man. My black ladies coming on here. I love
That's
it.
right.
I
Please
love it.
come on. Let's take over this industry.
That's right. I
It
love
needs
it,
to be
man.
taken over.
Yes, yes.
And
Roundup,
ladies,
good
they
evening.
want us. They want us in this industry.
They do. They do. I do. I love
They
working
want
with y'all.
us.
I'm tired of messing with all these dudes.
Yeah.
Always got something. What is it? Testosterone, ego. Like, get that mess out of here.
But I'm saying
Anyway,
even specifically in mobile homes, they want
yeah,
us
they
because
do.
it's a market where you don't have a lot of variety
Uh-huh. Well,
and
that's good.
definitely not a lot of women, and then definitely women of color.
Hmm.
It's.
Good. Roundup, greetings. Merry Christmas to you. This is Chris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Today, I've got my friend Stephanie McAnuff on here, and we're doing a Christmas celebration all week this week. Everybody that I bring on, we're going to be giving you some goodies. You got to stay tuned. Stay tuned to see what the goodies are going to be. Stephanie has been in the, not only is she a real estate broker, she buys and sells mobile homes. She's part owner in one of the mobile home parks in North Carolina. She's also a park manager, and she manages other parks too. Stephanie McAnuff, how you been doing?
I've been doing great. I'm so glad to be here. Uh, you
Long
know,
time no see.
I know, right? It's been forever. Can you believe it's Christmas?
I don't know,
Christmas
Stephanie.
season.
Wow, man.
I need some bells.
You know, everybody's kind of wishy-washy on the holiday spirit
Yeah,
now because of COVID and stuff.
yeah. Well, we're gonna uplift people's spirits. We're gonna get them back in the holiday spirit, and not only that, show them how they're gonna go into this new year with a new income source.
There you go. Give them some joy. Give them
New
some
income
something to look
source.
forward. New
Yep,
income. That's right. But
that's
Stephanie,
it.
tell me about this a little bit about you. Quick, I gave the 40,000
Hmm.
foot story, but about that, how did you get into mobile homes? And we're gonna give you guys stay to the end. We're gonna give you a code to get
Basically,
Stephanie's training.
it's kind of that Cinderella story. It was back in 2007 when the market was going crazy and everybody was losing homes and foreclosures and short sales and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And to be honest, I was in the computer industry. I was a corporate trainer and basically um, ended up losing my job after September 11th. And it was just from there on, if anybody's in the computer industry, they know that was a struggling market back then.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I set my mind to it that I wanted to figure out a way to, one, figure out how to save people's homes, save my own home. I was one of those unfortunate people that had one of those, adjustable rate mortgages, and I was doing okay, but I was like, I was scared, because the market was so crazy. And I just went out and found a mentor. I wanted someone that could teach me real estate, not necessarily mobile homes, but just real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I was lucky enough to find a couple of mentors, but one in particular really took me under his wing. And we were doing single family houses and flipping them and doing short sales and things like that. But
Wow.
he took a course somewhere on mobile homes
Mm-hmm.
and got involved with the mastermind group with mobile homes. And he just took one look at me and said, let's get you from living paycheck to paycheck, or, like some people say, paycheck to Monday,
Wow.
and let's get you in this real estate game, but let's ramp it up. And I think mobile homes is the right place. Like, many of you know, I'm from the Bronx. I had no clue what a mobile home was, what you do with it, how it works, or anything, but I trusted my mentor because he had about 12 of them at the time.
Were you
And
still in New York at that time?
I was still down. I was down here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was down here. But it was still an adjustment. Anybody from New York, it's an adjustment to come down to the South. And
Good
basically,
God.
he started telling me about mobile homes, and I took an interest in it, and I started just the way I tell people to start now, is just developing relationships, making phone calls. It's not about what you know. And at the beginning, it's not even who you know. It's just getting those feet on the ground and getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you know anything, it's just to get started. And so I got started with a park manager who was kind enough. I think it took me like a year and a half of just calling her every once in a while, checking in, see what's going on. And one day she called me and said that they were selling the mobile home park, the entire park, and they were getting rid of all the mobile homes and turning it into apartments.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me the option to come in and take as many mobile homes as I wanted.
Wow, sweet.
And so I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, well, what do you do with these things? And I talked to my mentor, and he said, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. He said, that's baptism by fire. And so it was another person I met just calling and talking and saying, I don't know what I'm doing, just what do you do? How do you do it, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I met a park owner who had 4 vacant lots in his park. And I said, oh, can I have them? Would you let me move my homes there? And he said, yeah, sure. And he allowed me to move 4 homes in. So
this is all happening at the same. This
all
is all
at the same time. All at the same time. So that's how I got started. Is that I got these 4 free mobile homes, and I had 4 free empty lots, and I moved the homes to those empty lots. And no, I had no clue how to move mobile homes. I didn't know. I didn't know anything. But my mentor held my hand for a little bit through it. But basically with him, he said, I'm going to teach you just enough, and I'll be here so that you don't completely fall on your face. But I really want you to struggle through this, because if you struggle through it, you'll learn more and you'll retain more. And that's what I did. And I just went out on faith, literally out on faith, because the mover, I found a couple of movers, but I found one in particular who was willing to do it for me. And I was honest with him and said, I have no clue what I'm doing, and you can rob me blind, and I know you can rob me blind, but I pray that you don't.
Wow.
I pray that you don't. And I said, so, if you could, I don't want you don't have to give me any kind of deal pricing, because I don't know what the pricing should be anyway. I just want you to treat me fairly and treat me right. Wow. And he said, I got you. And he did. And he said, not only am I going to treat you fairly and treat you right, I'll show you what to look for so that you don't get robbed by anyone else.
Wow, Steph.
And that's how I got started.
Holy cow. That is...
I can say to this day, I'm just truly, truly blessed. Truly blessed. And for that is why I want to give back.
Yeah.
I want to give back. I want others to know that you can do this.
But I'm thinking, doesn't it cost like $2-3 grand to move those joints and then get it hooked up and all that stuff? Disconnect?
Yeah. But remember, I got the homes for free. So remember, I just said I didn't, I was in between jobs. I was living paycheck to Monday and all that kind of stuff. So everybody's like, well, where'd she get this money from?
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I was blessed because I had a home that I was able to short sale, and I was able to take, and I think I got $2,000 or $3,000 from that. And I used that money, which, trust me, I needed it for life, groceries, all that kind of stuff. But I just went out on faith, and I used that money to move one of the mobile homes.
Okay, so they cost. Gotcha.
So I moved one of the mobile homes with that money.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got it set up where it was, when you move a mobile home, basically they pick it up from where it is and they drop it off where it needs to go, and they'll put it back on blocks.
Sweet.
The only thing you have to do is put that skirting around it, that vinyl skirting that everybody sees, a little white or cream color. So I had to figure out how I was going to pay for that. So I thought to myself, well, I'm going to probably rent these homes. I'm going to rent to own them, right? So people always pay a down payment, right? So what I did was I did a rent to own, and I said, oh, it'll be ready, but you want to get it now because there's a lot of people interested. And I got someone that grabbed it, and I took that money and I put the skirting on the home. Wow. And I did the labor myself. I went in and I cleaned and did everything. My mentor helped me pull the electricity. So I did my own wiring.
Wow.
And I did my own plumbing. Well, with my mentor, because that was his skill set. So I was out there digging my trenches, digging my water lines, putting them in, digging the trenches and putting my electric in, and literally pulling it up into the panel box.
You are too much.
He said, you need to learn how to do this so you don't get robbed.
That's true.
And so from there, once I got that up and running, they moved in. And once they moved in, I took the next month or two of rent, and I used the next 2 months of rent that I got, and I was able to do the next one and the next one. And I just kept doing it that way.
So it sounds like your first one is the hardest, like on real estate.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was hard, but not really, because my mentor was there. Mm-hmm. I think, you can go out and you can buy courses and things like that, but it is really good to have somebody that you can call and talk to, or text or email and ask unique questions, because things happen.
They do.
The book teaches you one way, and Chris, book teaches you one way, but then when you get out there in real life, you get thrown a curveball. Like we were just talking about tenants, Mm-hmm. They tell you, okay, rent the home, collect the rent, put a lease in place, but they don't tell you what to do when the tenant's crying saying my baby needs shoes and I can't pay my rent. So you really need to have someone that can walk you through that process of, yes, their baby needs shoes, and yes, that's really enticing, but they need to pay their rent.
I got to re-announce you real quick, Steph. Hey, guys, thanks for coming with us tonight. I'm hanging out with Stephanie McAnuff, my friend in Charlotte, North Carolina. She's mobile home park expert, manager, owner, broker, all that stuff. So get your questions in the chat. Please get your questions for Stephanie in. I'm going to go on for about another 20 more minutes with my questions, and then we'll get yours in. And members' questions will get answered first. If you want to become one of our members and support the channel to help me keep making this content and bring on winners like Stephanie, just hit that join button right there. It's going to be nothing, cost you nothing but a large Starbucks coffee a month. And it will help me to continue to bring people on like Stephanie, that their time is very valuable. I promise you, I've been trying to get her on here for months. Months I've been trying to get her. So I finally got her.
He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
I ain't lying to you. I've been there. So Steph, let's talk about, I wanted to talk about short-term versus long-term regarding mobile homes.
All right.
What does that look like? Is like, are they wholesaling them, or?
I say there's three aspects of the business.
Okay.
There's those that can get in if you have no money. You heard how I just got started. I had no money. I scraped up that little bit of money, but you literally can do this. I just taught I just had a class, and I taught someone how to do it with no money. She literally spent no money.
That's so cool.
And she got 35 mobile homes.
Wow.
But she got 35 mobile homes with no money. Mm-hmm. It's possible. But the short term is you can get into this business, and like you said, you can wholesale. You can wholesale, and that's a way to get in and get something for free using other people's money.
Mhm.
Okay, that's one way of doing it.
That's the one.
Another way
Okay.
of doing it is if you got a little money, or like you said, $2,000, $3,000. You can use that money, and maybe you can do like I did, get a home and rent it. And I know there's going to be those, well, what about the maintenance? What about this? You're going to go out on faith that you're not going to have any maintenance issues. And if you do have maintenance issues, you'll figure it out. You'll be able to come to mentors like me and Chris, and
That's true.
go on YouTube, and you will be able to figure it out. And then the third one is you get someone where I'm at this stage of, I wholesale, I have rentals, I have rent to own. I do a various number of things with
Mhm.
mobile homes. And it's just a matter of just get started. That's all it takes, is get started.
Stefan, I just want my viewers to know that if you don't have the money, you can always ask people. I know one time, Stephanie, I just went to I've been to my tenants like, look, I don't got the money to fix it, so we can either work this out or what do you want to do?
That's
You
it.
know, so
That's it. You don't have the money and their air conditioner is out, you can say to them, look, I have a couple of options for you. I'll give you a month of free rent, or a discount on your rent, or whatever it is, to
mhm.
get this fixed. Or if it's central air, put in a window unit. If you can
Yep,
afford a $150 window unit, do that. And
get them
all
by
you have to let them know is, hey, we're working on getting
working
the
on it.
central air working, but a lot of people's air is going out, and we're really struggling with getting someone out
Hmm.
here. You're not lying. You are struggling getting someone out there. They ain't got to know it's because you ain't got the money.
Yep, that's so
you
smooth. You
know?
brought that up, man.
Yeah,
I've done it. Put them units in the window, man. Then I'm like, you're not gonna die. Obviously we don't let them know that we don't care, but they won't die.
that's
Before
it.
we lived without
That's
HVAC
it.
before.
That's it. So, it's just a lot of different ways that you get to be creative. You get to be creative. And if you
Mhm.
can get out of your own way, change your mindset with the limiting beliefs, like I can't do this, or, what if this happens? What if that happens? You know, there are going to be a lot of things that may happen, but you will figure it out. Or you won't figure it out. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say everything works out, because it may not. You may
Mhm.
get the tar beat out of you. But guess what you're going to have from that? You're going to learn a beautiful lesson, so that the next time it happens, or it won't be a next time, because you learned your lesson from this time.
Mhm. I love it. That's something, Steph. You're talking. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the end. We're going to give you a code to get Stephanie's full training. It's 4 hours of mobile home investing. She's going to walk you step by step and get all her docs, her purchase and sale agreement, her lease. So stay tuned. We're going to give you that code in a little bit. Steph, I know you talked about the pricing. Now, is there
Mhm.
like a standard pricing, 0 to 5,000, 20,000? Because I have no clue how they work.
No, honestly, mobile homes are a little different from single family houses. Single family houses, you could look at it and go, it's a 332, it's, brick, and it's this and it's that, and it's in this market, and this
Hmm.
is the pricing of housing. You can
Yep.
call it a real estate agent and say, can you give me an idea of the market, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
With mobile homes, it's a little different. You need to look at it like a used car.
Mm.
Okay. And I like to use that example because it could be, I'm really going to deck out a nice car here. So I got me a Cadillac, right? With the nice rims. We talking about that sweet ride from the 1980s. I still got the nice leather interior. I got
Uh-huh.
the nice radio. I put in some Bose speakers, right? But at the end of the day, is that still not a 1980 car?
Yep.
It's still a 1980s car. So it really doesn't matter all the upgrades you did to the car,
Mhm.
right? It matters the condition of the car, the age of the car. You consider all of that. So at a 1980s Cadillac, you're like, okay, well, that's a classic. So for that, I'm going to price it at $5,000, right? Like, without all the add-ons.
Mhm.
But they put the Bose speakers, they put this, they put the wheels, they put the rims, so now that price goes up a little bit for each upgrade.
Mm.
But you're not going to go to $30,000 because it looks like that.
Okay.
So it's kind of the same thing. When you're looking at a mobile home, you're looking at the age, condition, location, and you're considering all of that when you're thinking pricing. So there's no Kelly Blue Book. I know people will tell you to go to the NADA guide.
Yeah.
And look there. That thing is overpriced. And it's not considering the condition of the home. So again, it's a 1980s mobile home. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. But what if I told you there was a leak in the roof? Not a bad leak, but there's a leak in the roof. And the floors in one of the bedrooms is soft. And there is no central air and central heat. There's window units, right? You're probably not going to pay top dollar for that home. If someone asked you and said, I want $10,000 for that home, you more than likely be like, I can't give this person $10,000. Why? Because you're looking at, okay, they want $10,000, but it's going to cost me X for the roof, X to fix the floors, X to either put in window units or something for heat and air. So guess what? You start deducting and deducting. And then you just talk to the people and explain that to them. Like, I'm basing my number on the condition of your home.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're coming on here because I feel like 2022 is going to be a phenomenal year, not only for me, but for my roundup homies, for you.
Yeah.
And I wanted them to say, look, where is a way? Maybe I could take a baby step because I know everything I do is $100,000 minimum. You know, nothing's under 100,000. So I wanted you to
my
just
minimum
say,
is zero.
Huh? Remove is it? What about lot rent stuff? I don't know. You talk about that a little bit. Is it high, low?
So most of the time when you buy a mobile home, you're either going to buy one that's on someone else's land, whether that's private land or whether it's in a mobile home park. And because it's their land, you are renting the land, but you own the mobile home. And when that happens, they call it lot rent because you're renting the lot. Right? So lot rent. In North Carolina, that lot rent can range from, in some really, really small cities, from $150 all the way up to $400, $500 a month just for the lot rent. Okay. So when you find a home like that, you want to pay attention to what can I rent this home for? And then how much is my out-of-pocket expenses? A lot of people forget that.
Out-of-pocket expenses, is that taxes
because
and insurance?
You lot rent. So let's say I have a home and I rent it for $600 a month, but the lot rent is $400 a month. So really I'm only making a $200 profit per month. But am I? Because then I have to pay taxes, right? What if something breaks in the house if I'm renting it? So you got to consider that. You want to make sure that you have enough, what we call spread or room, from what you're getting in and what's going out. That you're not going to do this and make $50. Not that there's anything wrong with $50, but that's a lot of work and dealing with tenants and people to come out making $50 a month.
Yeah, $50 turns into $0, turns into negative $100. You know.
That's it. You know, my baby broke the doorknob. You know, and then next thing you know, you got to go get a doorknob.
Well, tell me about these people that you're dealing with. Tell me about, are they ordinary people, average guys?
Average people. As far as selling mobile homes, I will tell you that the industry is aging out. So we have a lot of mobile home owners, not park owners, but mobile home owners that may have bought their homes in the 1980s.
These are owner occupants.
Owner occupants or even investors. Most of them have bought them in the 80s, early 90s. So they're getting older and they're wanting to move on. They're not wanting to deal with the public. You know, so when they get to that point, they may be interested in selling them. And then you have a lot of people that think about it. They bought a mobile home when they were transitioning, maybe, you know, just started out of school or before they had a family. And now they're ready to move on to a house, a single family house.
Gotcha.
So they'll be interested in selling their mobile homes. And as far as mobile homes that need to be moved, we talked about lot rent. If you're new in the industry and you do not have a mentor or someone that can walk you through that, I would not recommend that you move mobile homes on your
Why
own.
not, Steph?
It's a complicated process. It really is, because it's not just a matter of picking the home up and moving it. It's not like driving a car from one parking space to another. This is having the home moved, setting it up, making sure you have the permits, making sure you set up the electric, the plumbing. The home will shift when they move it sometimes. So you have to make sure that the structure is sound,
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to put the skirting back on, and you have to, it's a lot to it. And if you're moving it to a park or a property that has septic, you got to hook it up to the septic system. Now, you're not doing that personally. And yes, you can hire people, but if you don't know what you don't know, you
Overseeing
can
it.
really get yourself in trouble. Now, I don't
Delegating.
discourage anybody from going out there and doing it, but make sure that you have a mentor. Like I have my course, I'm here. You can reach out, but you need more knowledge than I can give you in a half an hour or 40 minutes.
Yeah, or even a couple hours. I mean, it's just how business is. It's just
That's
ongoing.
it. That's it.
Well, we can do our best to round up to bring you this stuff tonight. So we got 55 people on here. I'm with Stephanie McAnuff. I've had you for 30 minutes. I'm going to ask a few more questions, and then we'll get the
Sure.
Q&A. Steph, you got this training course. Tell us a little bit about it and all the stuff you went over. It was a workshop. It was just 4 hours action-packed, just getting people started in how to get their next mobile home.
I go from beginning to end in the course with you, Chris. I talk about how to get started, where do you find mobile homes? What are you looking for? I provide a checklist of like what you're looking for when you're walking through mobile homes.
I
Like
love
you
it.
said, we talk about the purchase of contract.
Mhm.
I go through how to develop relationships and who to develop relationships with.
Mhm.
Again, where to find mobile homes. And everything that I cover is not just specific to North Carolina. You can go to anywhere where there are mobile homes and do the exact same thing and be successful,
I
no
love
matter
it.
what state you're in.
So do
Unless you're
you
in
prefer?
Hawaii, which Hawaii doesn't have mobile homes, but there you go.
We'll leave that one alone. Do you prefer ordinary tenants? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put the code up here. Roundup. If you want to go ahead and get rocking and rolling now, the code to get started, we're giving you a 50% off Stephanie's course, is training module. The link is in the video description. Use the coupon code JOY. Use the coupon code JOY to get 50% off Stephanie's mobile home investing training course in the video description. Get started. Make 2022 your best year or your first year in real estate. I can't tell you how, man, when I went to see Stephanie, and there's a couple videos that I'll put in the video description as well. I hung out with Stephanie for a whole day, talking about doing repairs. I do regret I didn't drive through the
Which
mobile home
one?
parts store.
Ah,
I should have
yeah,
got some content on that stuff
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just to see the
Well, you'll
real
come
deal.
back when it gets warm.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't do it now, you freeze. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So do you like rent to owns better, Steph, or ordinary rentals regarding your long-term holds?
I mean, if I'm doing a long-term hold, I like my rentals, not
Okay.
rent to own. With
Gotcha.
my rent to own, what I try to do is I keep a few on 3-year cycles. So I keep some that they age out after 3 years.
Okay. What do you mean age out?
So, rent to own is not forever. For you hope that the person is going to cash you out over a period of time. I
Yeah.
typically do 3-year rent to own options, meaning
Gotcha.
they are renting with the option to buy it.
Okay.
All right. So I have 3-year periods. And the reason why I like 3 years, 5 years to me, that's when people start getting a little sketchy and they want to move. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I try to set people up for success. I do set people up for success. So I want them to be able to buy the home within a 3-year period, or if not sooner. And I
Gotcha.
do encourage them when they get their tax return, or something like that, to put a little bit more down. And then I do that for 3-year cycles. So if I have 2 mobile homes that I'm renting to own for 3 years, and during that 3-year period, I'll try to get another 2, 3, 4, 5 more on another 3-year term. See, so I'm just cycling them. So if I ever get to a point where I'm like, you know what, I'm retiring to Mexico, and I don't want to deal with them anymore, I can just let them peter out, and
Gotcha.
then I don't own anything, and I'm done. I don't have anything. I don't have a portfolio to sell at the end of the day.
I see.
But I do have some rentals. I do have some that are just straight rental, that I rent, monthly.
So you prefer regular rentals?
I don't have a preference. I like both. I
What?
like both. I do background checks on my tenants. I get to talk to my tenants. Um, I'm not nosy. I'm not in their business, but I guess I'm very fortunate of being able to read people and kind of get a sense of good versus, someone I'm going to have problems with.
You can tell.
Yeah, I can tell.
You deal
I
with them
can
from the
tell.
beginning.
Yeah,
I always tell them, like, look, first in my gut, I say, look, are you a hard ass? My gut's telling me you can give me a real hard time. I let
that's
them
it.
know
That's it.
from the
That's it. If you
beginning.
get a tenant from not even a tenant, they're not even your tenant, but they come in
Prospect.
and they're like, "Oh, this door has a scratch on it, or this has this, or that." That's not someone you want, because if they're nitpicking and they haven't even been gotten in there yet, they're going to be worse when they get in there, and they're probably going to be the one that's going to tear it up.
Good point.
That's usually my
Good
gut
point, Steph.
instinct when they start. Oh, well, this and that, little things, and I make my places where I would want to live in it. If God forbid something was to happen to me and I needed to live in one of my rental units, that's the condition they're in.
Sweet. That is so cool. Nice of you to do that, Steph. So who was this for? Steph, people that want to get into what is there a particular person that
This is for anyone who wanted to get into real estate, but didn't know where to start. It's a good starting point, even if you're looking at getting into single family houses, like moving up, moving on up, like anyway. But if it's a good place to start with mobile homes, because it's a low barrier of entry, meaning it's not a lot of money. So you get to learn everything that you're going to learn. You're going to need to know in single family houses. So if you want to go from 0 to, I want to start buying properties at 100,000, 50,000, 200,000, 300,000, everything you're learning from mobile homes is going to help you move on up. This is a good spot for someone who is working full time, and they don't want to deal with the running toilets. They don't want to, they want to deal with that day-to-day grind of being a landlord, but they still have an interest in developing a way of making residual income,
passive,
passive income, side hustle. Mobile homes is a good place to start, again, because it's not such a big, large, like you just said, Chris, $100,000 is probably minimum for you, right?
It's true.
And you're not having to deal with going out and getting a loan from a banker and, and all these other kind of things. You can get in with as little as $0.
Sweet. Let's talk about that stuff. Why in the world do people give mobile homes away for free? I feel like some people aren't even going to believe you. They're going like, nah, that's happening.
Believe me,
it won't happen.
I have 4. Well, I got 5 right now that I just got for free.
Recently?
Yeah.
Get the hell. I have not yet got a house for free.
Okay, here's why. What did I just say about the people that typically have mobile homes? They probably had them in the 80s and 90s, or they upgraded, or they had a piece of land and they put the mobile home there just to have something on the land. And now they're like, you know what? We're going to build our dream home, and we no longer want this mobile home.
On that same land.
On that same land, and we no longer want this mobile home, so you can have the mobile home. Or they want to upgrade. They got a mobile home, and now they want to upgrade to a fancier version of a mobile home. I get that quite a bit. And they go, you got to move it, but you can have it. And here's the real kicker. Think about this. if you have a mobile home on a piece of land, and now you no longer want it, you no longer want the mobile home.
Mm-hmm.
Is anyone going to come move, destroy, get rid of that mobile home for free?
I don't know. I would doubt it.
No, they're not. If you call up a scrap person and say, I want this mobile home off my land, right? They're going to charge you to demolish it and pull it off, and they're going to charge
you can't even give them. You can't even get somebody to
nobody's
remove.
going to do that for free. Not a mover, not a.
Oh, okay.
It's like having a single family house sitting on a piece of property that's
Can't
dilapidated.
Rent it out. Yeah, you can't do nothing with it.
You can't do anything with it. So what is they're going to do? They're going to come in, they're going to bulldoze it, right? They're not going to bulldoze it for free.
No.
So what ends up happening is they'll say, hey, I'm getting rid of this mobile home. If you want it, you can have it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's no money out of their pocket. They're not spending any money. They're not getting any money, but they're not spending any money.
Wow, man. That's so deep. Amazing
so
stuff.
If you see mobile homes on the side of your road in your travels, which right now you will start seeing mobile homes like everywhere, just because because you're on this. Look at them.
Oh, go ahead. You're saying because
if they don't look great, you still may be able to do something with them, and you may contact the owner. I knock on doors. I go to the neighbor. Hey, do you know who owns that? I was just wondering because I'm interested in buying it or whatever. Mm-hmm. A lot of times they'll give you their number because the neighbor wants the home gone or mm-hmm. fixed up. And that could be possibly one that you get for free. Now, yes, you may have to put some money into it. But like I did, pull up your sleeves, man. Get that elbow grease going and maybe do some of the work yourself. And now you got YouTube, so you can't even say, I don't know how to do this. Because you can
No excuse. No excuse. Wow. Steph, I could talk to you all night about this stuff. I got you for 40 minutes. Let me go get some Q&A. Listen, if you haven't already, Stephanie is giving us 50% off of her mobile home investing training module. That link is in the video description. It will take you right there. We've got 60 people on here right now. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas from the Haskins family, from Stephanie McAnuff down in North Carolina. I'm just excited to be able to hang out with people and bring you this training stuff so we could push you. I feel like we got to just kind of very gently push them stuff.
Yeah. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Even if my thing is, if you think you can't afford none, I promise you if you got somebody ready to move in, you can bargain. Well, people, let me ask you, Steph, you do this. I don't do. I mean, you can, even somebody wants to move in, you can bargain with lot rent or late rent.
Well, you can bargain with the lot rent sometimes. You know, like there are states like California, which the lot rent is probably $1,000 or more, but then the rent is like $2,000-$3,000, right? So it offsets. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. You can try to talk to the park owner or manager. If you find a home in a park or you're moving it in, and ask for a couple of months free lot rent, you know, and then you still charge the tenant the regular price of whatever you were going to charge them for rent. So let's say it was $600 and the lot rent is $300. So for maybe 2 months or 3 months, you're able to make that full $600 a month.
Because they weren't getting anything anyway before the lot owner wouldn't get anything before you showed up anyway, right?
That's it.
That's deep, man.
But even if they don't give you a discount, you can figure it out. You know, you'll struggle a little bit, but you'll be able to do it. You'll get creative.
That struggling time you're putting in your reps, and it's sharpening.
I mean, there's things you can say. If it's rent to own, I've done where I really needed the money because I needed to use it for another project. Mm-hmm. I would tell my tenant, okay, it's a 3-year term, but if you can pay 2 months up front, I'll make it 2.5 years.
Wow. I love it.
So if you can pay the down payment plus an additional 2 months, I'll make it 2.5 years. Or I'll take, instead of 2 months at the end, I'll take 3 months off at the end. Mm-hmm. So that way I can use that money. Because the money is not doing you any good keeping it for the long, over the spread of the 3 years. But if the sooner you get it in your pocket, then you can use that money to make money. This is about using money to make money.
Wow, Steph, you're a beast with that one. I never even thought about that. Getting the money now and giving them a break later.
That's it. Give them a break later. Just think of it as if you were going to a bank and paying interest on that money.
Mm-hmm. It's always worth more right now. Good point. Hey, one of my members, Damon, how you doing, bruh? Thank you for joining our membership. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. God helps those that help themselves. That's true.
That's it. That's it.
Hangman wants to know, how can he get in touch with you? You're on IG and Facebook, right?
Yeah, I am. Just look at my name.
Stephanie McAnuff right there.
Yeah.
Roundup, get signed up. The coupon code is JOY for your Christmas holidays. Stephanie's mobile home training module is in the video description. Use the coupon code JOY to get started right now. Take advantage of it. The sale will last until Sunday at midnight. Sunday at midnight. This sale will only last for 6
And
days.
I give away a lot of information. I give away enough information for you to get started. Like, this is not where I give you enough where you gotta go, I don't know, buy
the next thing.
bunch of books and whatever.
Yeah.
No, this is, you can literally get started with the information, with the training module that we're sharing with you.
I think my rounduppers already know how we get down. It was thorough. We went over this thing for weeks together, putting it together. So, but Steph, real quick, I want to talk about having land and bringing a mobile home onto it, as opposed to having lot rent. Then I'll get to the next question. I'm sorry.
Got it.
Y'all.
So if you have land, like your own personal land or family land, you really have to check with the building and code department of your area to make sure that it is okay to put a mobile home. A lot of people think, oh, well, I have land, it's mine, so I should be able to do what I want to do.
Do whatever I want. Yeah.
No, because municipalities, some of them don't like mobile homes.
Yeah.
Just being honest. They think of mobile homes as, the lowest of the lowest type people are going to move in. It's going to be drugs. And that's just the mindset. It's been that way. So you just want to go to building and code and say, hey, I'm interested in moving in a mobile home. I know people say, well, can I start a park? I have never really done this. I've recommended it, and I know other people that have done it. If you have a good amount of land, maybe you could put 3 or 4 mobile homes. You don't want to tell them, I want to start a mobile home park. You want to tell them, I want to put in a mobile home, and you do one at a time. Because what they may do is subdivide the land into individual lots, like a subdivision. So it ends up being a mobile home park to the outside eyes, but on paper, it's individual lots with mobile homes on there.
Sweet. That's wow, man. You got some stuff. Y'all give Stephanie a thumbs up, Steph. I mean, you got so many tricks and secrets, dude. It's just insane. The stuff.
Yeah. And I have Section 8 tenants. I have Section 8 tenants right now, and Section 8 now will allow tenants. I don't know if you know this, but they can buy homes with their Section 8 voucher.
I didn't know that.
So
wow.
I haven't had anybody that has bought a home yet, but it is possible with Section 8 that they can do the rent to own program and actually buy the home.
Sweet.
It works with all these government agency programs, North Carolina Hope, South Carolina State Plus programs, where, if somebody's behind on their rent, or they don't have their security deposit and first month's rent, they will pay it for them.
Wow.
And they actually are paying 3 months of people's rent and utilities. So just because it's a mobile home, I don't want anyone to think that it's any different than traditional real estate. It's the same, except it's mobile.
That's cool. Kirk's just bought my first mobile home. Good for you. Put it on some property that I don't want to sell. I have to pay $4,200 to get it moved and set up. That's without septic.
Yeah, that's about right.
Wow.
I don't know the size of the home, and I don't know your location, but
$4,000.
Honestly, a mobile home right now, and that's with me knowing movers, I would probably pay about $3,000 to get a mobile home moved and set up. And when I say set up, it's just they move it and they put it back on the blocks and they strap it down with the hurricane straps. Gotcha. So we're not even talking plumbing and electric. And that's just because everything right now, the labor cost and materials are so expensive.
Everything's high.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Kirks wants to know, should he do that deal? I guess he was asking. Oh, it doesn't have a septic. He has to bring a septic on his land.
Do you have to bring a septic, or are you saying you have to connect it to septic? Because if you have to connect it to septic, that's not a hard thing to do.
Looks like
but if you have to actually put in septic, that's a whole different ball game. That's when you would need it to talk to building and code. That's why I said always go to the building and code department first
Mm-hmm.
before deciding to move a mobile home, because you want to know what's the criteria for moving this home. Is there an age cutoff? A lot of counties, you cannot move a home that's older than 20 years. And the
Oh.
reason why is because they're afraid that when they pick it up and start moving it down the road, it might fall apart.
What do you
So
do in that case, Steph? You got to just refurbish it where it is?
no, it has nothing to do with refurbishing it because that's dealing with the frame of the house. They're afraid that the frame of the house may not be steady enough to deal with the jostling of it being moved. So if you go ahead and rehab it and then pick it up and move it and it falls apart, you just wasted your money.
I mean, if you had to keep it where it is and just fix it up, right?
You may not be able to keep it where it is.
You can't. Wow, that's a rough. Oh man.
Remember, I told you it could be somebody. Hey, you can have this home if you get it out of here. And a lot of my homes, I got that way. You can have it, but you got to move it.
That's wow. Wow, Steph. You're something.
And I have little tricks up my sleeves. You guys really need to follow me because there's a lot of other ways to get free mobile homes. I'm just going to say tax sales, foreclosures. Huh? There's ways to get. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Rhonda. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Looking for a mentor in LA. Do I know of anyone, a great real estate mentor studying?
Here's the thing. If you're looking for a mentor as far as mobile homes, they do not have to be local to your area.
Okay.
They just have to know what they're talking about with mobile homes. Now, some of the rules and regulations will be a little different for Los Angeles, but just like I said, go to building and code. You would do the same thing just in your area. So someone like me couldn't just tell you, hey, in your area, you can't move a home that's older than 20 years, blah, 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 like I can here in North Carolina for most counties. Mm-hmm. But it's the same exact thing. You just got to know where to go to get that information.
Gotcha. Good point.
So don't pigeonhole yourself looking for just a mentor in Los Angeles or California or Kentucky, wherever.
You hear that, Rhonda? T. Blanco, thanks for being realistic challenges when dealing with tenants. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Tip of the iceberg.
I'm going to feed these kids. Oh, you asking me. Rosanna, what's up? I love that smile. Ordering the course. Thanks.
Yay, thanks, Rosanna.
Steph, thank you. I appreciate you, Rosanna. Good to see you. Looking to start this in Florida. Good.
Right. Florida's a good market.
Yeah, a lot of them out there.
A lot in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Georgia, if I missed that one.
God sent testimony. You're right. Stephanie got some. You got some stuff. Hey, Bay Area, Merry Christmas. Just wondering if this works well in California, where the mobile home prices are much higher and the lot rent we were just talking about.
Yeah, it works no matter what state you are. You just have to figure out what the spread is. So if you know that the space rent is $1,100, then more than likely renting a home there, a mobile home there, is probably $2,000, maybe $1,500.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. That's a good question. Gerald wants to know, what are you doing? Look at that sharp-looking brother. What are you doing to get your moving costs down, Steph?
Developing relationships. You're going to learn that in the course. Developing relationships with people. Because think about it. Anybody, it doesn't matter if you're a mover or not. You're just out here wanting to make money, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want to make a living. So if you can let them know, hey, I'm going to use you and I'm going to recommend you to my friends and other people in the industry that I'm connecting with in this area that may want a home moved, they'll work with you. You'll be able to get your costs down.
Gotcha. Can you finance that too, Steph?
No,
say if
most
it's $3,000,
movers are not going to finance it. They want their money.
So if it's $3,000, you can't do 1,500 and.
No. I mean, that's rare. You would have to have that relationship. That'd be like going into a car dealer and saying, I'm not going to do any credit application. I'm not going to do anything, but you're selling it for $3,000. What if I give you $1,500 now? And then, we work something out. The dealer's going to be like, you can sign this credit application. And most movers are not. They're just regular Joes.
Yeah. Kirk's, I remember him from earlier. He is installing a new septic.
See, now that's nothing really to do with mobile homes. I mean, that is just installing a septic tank. You would have had to do that if you were putting a house there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're installing a new septic system, that you really need to go to your building and codes department
Get over there.
and talk to them. Now, if you're trying to do it in the gray area, you don't want to get the city involved.
Mm.
I can't really answer those questions. Not to say that
We
it
can
can't
do it
be
above
done,
board. Yeah,
but if you get caught,
we'll do it above
you know,
board.
yeah, I just do everything above board. Safer,
Round,
easier.
yeah, roundup. We're gonna keep going here, but I just want to make sure I remind you that the Stephanie's training module, how to get started in mobile home investing, is in the video description below, right there. It's going to be a step-by-step guide walking you how to get rocking and rolling with mobile homes with little to no capital required or on a small budget. So Stephanie is giving us a 50% off for this Christmas holiday. Use the coupon code JOY to get started right away. 2022, make it your best year. Thank you, Steph.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Blanco. Gary, hey, brother, love your show. I love you, my brother. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Hit that thumbs up. That's right. Thank you, Rhonda. Smash that thumbs up, y'all. Kangman, what are the major repairs in mobile home investing that I should be looking out for and prepared to do, Steph? That's a good one.
You want to look at the floors, because floors in mobile homes are typically made out of particle board or what do you call it? Plywood. And some people don't use treated plywood. Treated is a little thicker, and it can deal with the weather.
Lasts way longer than that.
Yeah, it lasts longer. But when they first started doing mobile homes, they were doing particle board. So you want to just check the floors, but it's real easy to replace that. Literally, you can watch a YouTube video. I go in, I can pull up my own floors and put down my own floors. It's not a whole bunch of, geometry needed. That's some of the repairs. Plumbing, typical stuff that you would find in your own home. Leak underneath the sink. You want to check the ceiling. So when you go in a mobile home, you want to look up and you want to make sure you're looking for like brown spots, because that can tell you whether or not there's a leak or a pinhole or something in the roof of a mobile home. Some mobile homes are made out of metal. So, they can get a pinhole from a branch.
Yeah.
And I have a checklist on my website. I don't have a lot of stuff out there, but I do have a mobile home checklist of what to look for when you're going through mobile homes. I think, Chris, you have it. We might have it as a part of the package too.
Yeah, we do.
I do believe we do. Yeah.
It's in there. You got to have that. Gary says there are people living in the streets and campers out here in Cali.
It's sad. It's sad that a lot of municipalities don't want mobile homes, but they're a really great affordable housing option.
Mm-hmm. That's terrible, man.
It really is. So sad.
Hey, Jason, what's up, buddy? What's the best way to find out what the lot rent is?
Call the mobile homes or drive to the mobile homes. I'm a big believer face-to-face. So I just go to any mobile home parks in your area, and you don't have to ask for the owner or the property manager. Just talk to a tenant. You see somebody coming out their home, going to their car. Hey, I was just wondering, I'm interested in, moving out here. What's the rent out here? They'll tell you.
Sweet.
And ask them what's included with the rent.
So sometimes water is included.
Sometimes water is included. Very rarely is electric included.
Gotcha.
But water.
Gary, hey, he's got 10 acres of land in Elko, Nevada. What do you think, Steph?
I would say, Gary, go to your building and code department and very casually, you can call them up and just say, look, got some land out here. I was just wondering if I could put a mobile home, not a mobile home park, remember? Because you want to ease them into it. Because if you say mobile home park, they may shut you down immediately. But if you say a mobile home and they say, yeah, that's no problem, you just got to pull the permits, then you can casually ask, well, what if I put one or two? Because, I have a family and, maybe put my daughter or my son or, my cousins or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be okay. As a matter of fact, if you wanted to create the plans and have a park, you let them bring it to you.
You nasty, Steph. You nasty.
Yeah.
You got to know how to talk to these people. I'm presuming that you've had this conversation before.
Yes, I have many times.
Sweet. Y'all getting some good data here tonight. I wish I would have. You know what I should have done to put those videos of us walking through your unit.
Oh
I should
yeah,
have put them out today.
the one that house looks really nice now. I need to take after pictures.
Yeah, is it rented out yet, or is
Oh, I
that?
sold it.
Oh, you did rent to own.
Nope, I sold it.
They moved it.
Nope, they
Oh,
kept it right where it is.
you okay? You sold. You didn't
I
finance it.
sold
You
it
mean?
outright.
Okay, okay,
I
okay. I
got it for
got
free and I sold it.
you. Will you want to share with us the numbers on that? No.
I sold it for $4,000.
Did you do any other work, or did you let them do the
Nope,
work? Just done with it.
done.
Did somebody move in it? Yeah.
Yeah, they're fixing it up and moving in.
Gotcha. Stephanie Hairston wants to know Hairston Barbecue Production, BQ Productions, B2 Prod. Do you buy at auction sales, Steph?
I have not. I haven't had the need to. There's so many out in the marketplace that you can get, but I'm sure you can get them at auctions. I know people do tax sales. I try to get them before auctions and tax sales because you get better pricing.
Gotcha. Rhonda wants to know what are the maintenance costs for septic tanks. Matter of fact, we went into that on that video.
Yeah, we
I don't know
did. We
why I
did.
didn't. Go ahead, Steph.
So septic tanks typically only need to be pumped. And they could be pumped 5 years, every 5 to 10 years. You just want to maintain them. To pump a tank in my area runs between 300 to 450. It depends on the size of the tank. There's tanks that are 1,500 gallon all the way up to 10,000 gallons. So, the bigger the tank is, of course, the more it's going to cost for you to pump it. But
And you
that's
said
it.
that's
That's
what,
it.
every 3 years you said?
Depending on how many homes are on a tank.
Yeah.
So it could be 3 to 7 to 10 years.
Gotcha. Good question, Rhonda. Good question. Motown investor. Somebody up in the D.
Oh, where can you find land?
Detroit. Where can you find? I want land to place a mobile home and a tiny home. I might take the course. Where can I find land?
Okay, I know you guys are going to think I'm going to say call a real estate agent, but I'm not. Craigslist. Craigslist, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, drive around. And when I mean drive around, you're not looking for land that has a sign in the yard that says for sale. You're looking for a blank piece of land, and you're going to go and you're going to figure out, like, drop a pin in your Google map, and you're going to figure out who owns that land. And then you're going to call them, or you're going to send them a letter, and you're going to say, I'm interested in buying your land. Are you interested in selling?
Period.
We're not doing the whole traditional go to a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent. I do like making commission, but no.
Need too much. Just in case, hi, Chris, I have 2 lots, West Virginia, on a resort. Want to partner on a build. My realtor just sold one for 1.3 mil. He's talking about a new con. Possibly, my friend. Send us a direct message. West Virginia. Matter of fact, I'll be there next month. Send me a message, brother. Kirk's just joined the mobile home family. Yay. Congratulations. Hey, welcome to the family, my brother. He's serious, man. I saw he got that.
Yeah, and reach out. Like, I'm on social media, so you can reach out if you have a question, if you get stuck. I don't want you to think you bought this and it's only what you have here. You can reach out to me.
Steffi's the coolest one of all, man. She ain't gonna be like me, busy all. She'll reach out to you.
I'm busy, and it may take me a little bit to get to you, but I'll get to you.
Thank you. Yep. Steph, we've been on here for an hour. I want to remind my rounduppers, look, use the coupon code JOY. Get rocking and rolling. This course is almost 4 hours of content. Stephanie just firing off step by step how she got started, how you can get started, little to no money down, buying and selling mobile homes, man. And if you get the course, send me an email. I'll send you those other 2 videos. Matter of fact, I'll add those 2. I need to do that. I'll add those 2 videos where we were actually with Stephanie in North Carolina, taking us through, walking us through. I remember you went up the roof, that tar you put down, it dripped down the side. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Use the coupon code JOY in the video description to get to sign up for Stephanie's mobile home training. 65 people on here. Jesse, got some questions about a prop and trying to lease option. Chris, what's the best way to get in touch to pay for some time on the phone? Jesse, just go to my IG. We've got a consultation link. Just go to my Instagram, Chris Haskins, write in my link in the description, and just sign up for a consult. We'll get you straight, brother. We'll go to chrishaskins.com. Just get a consultation. Leon, thanks for mentioning GA.
Yeah.
Mobile
Yeah.
homes. Yeah. Okay,
There's a
he's
lot
already.
of mobile homes in Georgia.
Yeah, I would bet. Kirk's has already been approved for the sector.
Nice.
This guy's rolling.
Nice.
So what's his next step, Steph?
He's just got to get that septic tank in and get it connected to his home. I'm actually I like to learn, and I know quite a bit about septic. I'm actually going to get my license.
A septic tank license?
Yeah.
You like walking around?
No, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I like to know things from the inside out.
The data.
And I know enough about it to be able to just go get my license. And that way, if I ever run across a piece of land, I can pretty much do stuff myself.
Wow. That is so deep. You could be able to install your own septic?
Doesn't mean I'll do it.
Yeah, you probably won't do it, but
well,
you know
it's the same
how.
thing like electric. Like, I know how to pull my wiring from my home too,
windows.
but I don't do it. But I just want to know how to do it.
Yeah.
And for you ladies it is very important for you to learn little things like that. Watch a YouTube video. It's not so you can learn how to do it exactly, but you know when someone's not doing it right.
Yeah. I think that's indicative and for just being an entrepreneur, Steph. We got to know about flooring, windows, siding, roofing.
It is, but definitely for women, because I get it now, and I just laugh when I have contractors come and say, well, you got to put this doohickey and and they use all these big words. And I'm like, really? How much is that going to be? Oh, that's just going to cost you about $1,500. Really? Well, I was thinking you could take that subset of wires and then you can wire it this way and do this with the fuse box going. And then they're like, I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Next.
You are too much, yo. You too much.
So yeah, YouTube, anything you don't know how to do, YouTube.
Bay Area, what I like about mobile homes is the repairs do not require permits like a house.
You are absolutely right. You do not need permits unless you're doing an addition to a mobile home, like, adding on a part two.
They could be doing that at the beginning, though, are they?
No.
Yeah, they'll be doing that.
And the great thing is, if you find some with an addition, you don't have to worry about it because
already there.
It was already there.
Gary, I love one thing I learned from Chris. You can't kill an idea. That's right. You got to get these ideas out, y'all.
That's it.
How's our family? We're good. T-Shawn, hey, good to see you. Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Laurel, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for Stephanie. Say thanks to Stephanie, Laurel. Bay Area has the course. Thank you. Welcome to the fam. Bay Area has your course, Steph. Thank you for supporting the channel. I got 40 acres. Wow, this dude. Yeah, Steph,
do you have 40 acres and a mule? No.
Yeah, he need to call you up. Chris,
that's good though. 40 acres.
That is cool. Yeah.
We'll do something with that. Step into it. One mobile home, 2 mobile homes at a time. If that's what you're trying to do, is create a park.
I think that's his strategy. He needs to go
until you get a feel for your municipality.
Yeah, you don't want to piss those dudes off, man.
They're
the last. I'm doing some new construction now. I'm like, I want to tell everybody about it, but I'm like,
yeah, no.
Not until I get that damn permit.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you can do.
I love sharing, right? I'm like, I can't do it.
No.
I don't want to say nothing until I get that permit, dog. Look at it, get the training. Thank you. Good for you. Good for you. Markings. How's it going? If you could go back to 19-year-old self and give yourself advice, get ahead, what would you suggest? Let's start with Stephanie.
If I could go back to my 19-year-old
Good God. I don't even know if I can think that far.
I would say trust yourself. I would really try to drill that into my head that you're gonna have naysayers.
Mm-hmm.
And something I learned when I was older was they're gonna say something if you do, and they're gonna say something if you don't.
Either way.
You might as well do what you want to do.
Either way.
And at 19, know that it's gonna be okay for you to get the snot beat out of you because you got a whole lot more years to make up for it.
That's true. You can bounce back. Marcus, well, I think just for me real quick, I would just be striving for multiple streams of income as opposed to I was just so focused on just doing music. I'm like, I want to be the baddest music producer. Now I'm like, man, shoot, I should have been doing music. I should have been doing video. I should have been doing
Yeah.
real estate. I should have been doing
Do
this.
everything. That's what I mean. Just
Yeah,
do everything because you're gonna hear people tell you, uh,
can't do it.
you're all over the place. You need to focus. You need to do. No, you're 19.
That
Do
is true.
everything.
And you got the internet now. Ain't like we going back
Do
and not having the
everything. Do
internet.
everything. Try a little bit of everything.
Try it all. That's a good point.
But then when you're gonna get to a certain point when you do need to kind of have a handful
Specialty.
of things that you're doing. But at 19, I'm probably gonna do that till I'm in my 25.
Yeah.
And that's a good amount of years right there.
See which one you like. Yeah. Chris had to learn how to put windows in.
See? Yeah.
Kirk's 200 feet of septic runoff for a 2-bedroom, reaching out to environmental to see if I can get a 5-bedroom septic plan.
Nice. Yeah. Because if you get a 5-bedroom, even though you get a 2-bedroom mobile home or a 3-bedroom, you have room to put in another one and they can't say anything to you.
Mm-hmm. I didn't
And
know
you
that.
can tie it onto that same tank without having to put another tank in.
I think that's what they did in your one down there you showed me, right?
Yes.
Don't you have, aren't they like
I have
connected to
3 or 4 mobile homes on one tank.
Yeah, that's gangster.
Yeah.
That's gangster.
But I mean, it was built back in the 60s, so.
Gotcha. Internet guy, join the political party of your local government. Tayshawn, did I get the information on Messenger? I can check it. I'm sorry, I don't know. I can check it though. That's all we got, Steph.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to everybody, and I really wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a safe and blessed holiday.
Yeah, that's cool. If you want to round up, look, take some time. Think about what you want to do with yourself. If you understand, I don't know what part of real estate you want to do, right? But this one here doesn't require a lot of money, not even a lot of time, because from what I'm seeing, is a very small community that does. Our mentor, Lonnie Scruggs, wrote the book for this stuff, so it's just a real niche. Would you say it's less people doing mobile home stuff or more than regular?
It's more people doing it right now. They're a little too fancy. I'm keeping it like Lonnie, the grandfather of mobile homes. I keep it very simple. I show people how to do it with very little money. Whether I'm successful now, I still do it the way I did it when I got my first free mobile homes.
Gotcha.
I still do it the same way as far as my finances.
Sweet. Thank you. All right, y'all, use that coupon code JOY. The link for Stephanie's mobile home investing training is in the video description. And we'll be seeing you every day this week with all my homies, bringing my homies on for Christmas specials. Steph, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye, guys.
All right, round up. I'll see you soon. Oh, keep forgetting to ask. Subscribe to the channel. Like this content if you enjoyed it, if you learned anything, and share with anybody else that you think could learn or interested in getting into real estate and mobile homes. All right. See you next video, round up. Peace. Merry Christmas.